Hello, Janesville, and welcome back to Park Place Views, the monthly program that aims to keep residents informed by highlighting the people, places, and partners of the City of Janesville. As always, this program is brought to you by the City of Janesville and JATVMedia Services. I'm your host, Nick Faust, and I'm the Communications Specialist from the City Manager's Office. Now, in last month's episode, we were joined by Kelly Bedessem, the city's Housing Services Director. As the city works to ensure all of our neighbors have access to safe and affordable housing, it was terrific to have Kelly on the program to speak more to those efforts. If you're interested in viewing that interview or any past episode of the program, they're all available to watch on the city's website or on JATV's YouTube channel. Now today I'm looking forward to being joined by Elaina Szyjewski, the new Director of Downtown Janesville Incorporated. As her group works hand in hand with the city and other terrific community partners, I'm so excited to have Elena on the show to help us know all about what's happening in the downtown and how the best is yet to come. But first, a little bit more about Elena. She's a Janesville native with over 10 years' experience in the event and hospitality industry. She graduated from UW-Madison and was the Director of College Events at Beloit College for the past 6 years before joining DJI in January of this year. She is passionate about supporting local businesses and the continued growth of our historic downtown. Thanks for joining us today, Elena.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, before we get started, I gave a bit of an overview, but would maybe give you a chance here to tell the viewers a bit more about yourself.
Sure. So, as you mentioned, I was born and raised in Janesville, and my husband's family and my family are all living in the area. So we have 2 young boys at home and 2 crazy dogs.
Wow.
And as you mentioned, I worked in the event industry, and so I'm just really excited to be able to bring my organizational skills and planning efforts to Downtown Janesville Inc. to help take it to the next level.
Yeah, well, and we're excited to have you because DJI, or Downtown Janesville Inc., certainly does quite a lot in our community. However, some folks maybe have heard the name, but they don't know perhaps all the organization does in practice. What is DJI and what's your mission?
Sure. So Downtown Janesville Inc. is a 501c3 nonprofit. Up until this year, they were entirely volunteer-led since 2003, so we are in our 20th year. I am the first official employee of DJI, which is very exciting. And so our mission is to activate and beautify downtown. So we put on many annual events to help bring the community and outside visitors to downtown and supporting our small businesses. And then we also have a design committee that does a lot of beautification efforts, assists with facade grants, and different things like installing planters, holiday decorations, things like that.
Yeah, and if viewers have been downtown, they've certainly perhaps not realized it, but they've seen the fruits of that labor, because downtown, as always, is just a place to be, and it's beautified so tremendously. Really a testament to the power of community when you look at how that organization, or DJI, was really volunteer powered. How powerful, in your opinion, is community collaboration when we talk about activating a neighborhood or a city center like downtown?
Sure. So, community collaboration is huge. It's really the basis of everything that we do, because we need everyone to sort of pitch in and help, whether that is volunteering on a committee or our board, or being a vendor at our event, or a sponsor. There's all different ways that you can be involved in DJI, and getting that sort of buy-in and camaraderie between everybody. Everybody wins, So whether we are involving our local downtown businesses, community partners, other nonprofit organizations, if we can kind of give them a platform to highlight their efforts, so that way everybody is getting something kind of out of downtown and enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely that mantra of community and high tide lifting all boats, and that's really something we see applied in our downtown. And you talk about getting involved. It takes a lot of hands to make this light work. With nonprofit status, I know sponsorship and donations play a huge role in allowing DJI to realize its mission. How does your organization approach sponsorships, and where can community businesses and partners learn more?
So as I mentioned, we do a lot of annual events, various ones like Flannel Fest, Spring and Wine Walk, the Spring and Fall Wine Walks,
Right.
Music at the Marv, all of these different events. And these are all great opportunities for businesses, not just downtown, but Janesville, Rock County as a whole, that can sponsor. It's a great way to help us offset some of the funding that goes into that. But it gives them an opportunity as well to basically get their name out there, to help, obviously, a nonprofit organization in our efforts. So it really, again, is kind of a true collaboration. We want them to feel like they have buy-in, that they are a part of the events. So whether we are, cross-promoting them through social media and marketing efforts within Rock County as well as outside of Rock County, but also even inviting them to come to the events, whether that's in attendance or even having a presence there. So if they want to set up a booth or have some kind of activation or things like that to kind of help get their brand out and connect with the attendees, by all means, we really like to get creative with sponsors. So. And there's different levels to pick from, of course. So, depending on the amounts that they're willing to contribute, there's different offerings.
Right. And so it's accessible for groups and businesses at all levels. And you and your team do such a tremendous job of building that buy-in. So it's not just, here's a check, put your name on a banner. You really work with your sponsors and your partners to integrate them in the event and make them a part of the success, because that's really when it pays off for everyone. And we say events, and that's part, Elaina, of what DJI does best. You are really the fun makers when it comes to our downtown. I know we have plenty to look forward to, thinking June and summer, but first I want to take a look back. Flannel Fest in February, for folks who don't know, was really your first big event with DJI, and I saw pictures. It looked like another fantastic success. For those who don't know, what is that annual event and how did it go?
Sure. So Flannel Fest is our premier winter beer festival. And we had another huge year with that. So we welcomed over 1,200 people to Town Square. And essentially, they got to try over 60 micro beers from all over Wisconsin.
Wow.
And we had a homebrew competition. So we had a lot of home brewers come and showcase their products. And there was a competition for that where people voted. We had a lazy man competition, which is really kind of just a fun photo opportunity. But, it's a great time. There's yard games, there's bags tournaments, lots of food trucks, entertainment. So it's really an awesome event for people that want to just get out in the middle of the winter. I know we had awesome weather this year, so we always are like, fingers crossed, it's a little risky, but, Wisconsin people are tough and they like to get out and about, even if it's cold out. So people bundled up and came out for some great beer and a good day. Yeah,
and we're a hearty lot for sure, but it's so awesome to see that event in what is, people might think of it a downtime, winter, but it is so tremendous to see not only downtown, but Town Square, which is such an amazing communal space, activated in a winter month and busy and bustling. And that event also brings in, I'm sure, Elena, as you're aware, folks from Illinois, folks down from Madison. So
we saw people coming from other states. So, I mean, we had people at the door, checking IDs, and they kept track for us. It was amazing. I mean, there were people from New Jersey, Florida,
Cool.
Most of it was Midwest area, but it was so cool to see the variety of people. And some people come back specifically for that event. So, of course, we're not only, creating revenue for DJI that we can put back into these events and other efforts, but we're helping, the economy in general, right? So people come and they stay at hotels, they go to restaurants afterwards. If you stayed downtown after that event, you saw like the bars and the restaurants and everyone was bustling, which is what we want to see, right? We want people to stay for the weekend and enjoy themselves and take advantage of everything downtown.
Folks are shopping, dining, and playing when they visit Janesville, and that really does ripple in its economic impact. And now, looking forward, I think, towards summer, coming up here on June 12th, DJI and the Downtown Business Improvement District, or the Downtown BID, are hosting a mixer, a downtown social mixer. What is that program, and how do you, as a leader in our downtown, focus on bringing neighbors, businesses, and groups together?
Right. So the downtown mixers are a fantastic way, as you mentioned, to kind of bring people together. So we co-host those with the Business Improvement District, also known as BID, as you mentioned. And so with those efforts, we are able to put it out there for local business owners, community partners, really anyone is welcome. So if people just want to kind of find out what's going on downtown, that one is happening at Bodacious on Monday, June 12th from 5 till 7. We usually do a very brief 20, 30-minute maybe program, just kind of giving updates about what's going on, which is really nice. So a lot of times people that come to them leave saying, oh, that was so informative, or they got to connect with somebody that they've maybe never met before, or even giving people just an opportunity to kind of a sounding board, right, to ideas or, you know, maybe things that we need to improve on. So again, those happen quarterly. So we have that upcoming one in June, and then we'll have another one in October. So.
Awesome. It's really imperative, I know you know, that those collaborative relationships are nurtured and built, and a great chance for folks in the community to maybe learn a little more about something in an inviting space. So wonderful. Now, the moment I think a lot of viewers would be waiting for, Elena, is us to get to Music at the Marv, which is back this month for another tremendous season. The city's rec department, or division I should say, and DJI partner every year for these community concerts. I've heard from so many folks that they're looking forward to their summer's lineup. Could you help us preview that a little bit?
Yeah, so we are so excited to have it back. So Music at the Marv, as you mentioned, we have a great partnership with the City of Janesville Parks and Rec. So everyone kind of pitches in to help with their different areas for this event. It is presented again by Mercy Health, so we really appreciate their support. And we've got many sponsors that are helping us put this on. And we are kicking off June 6th with the Britons, which is a Beatles cover band. We are bringing them back this year, so people are really excited about that. The concerts, as you mentioned, are every Tuesday night at the Marvin Roth Pavilion from 6:30 till 8. We will have food trucks. We'll have beer from Gray Brewing Company and Rock County Brewing. And yeah, we're just so excited because we've got half of the lineup, I would say, is like returning, you know, so some of the fan favorites. And then another half, or the other half, is new acts. So you'll see a wide range of music from jazz to Celtic to country, cover bands, you know. So there's really something for everyone. And it's just such a nice event during the week to get people out of the house, bring your kids down, have a little dance party, you know. And we encourage people as well, not only to patron the vendors there, but even, you know, stop out at the restaurants or the shops that are open, you know, grab some food to go and come and hang out on the hill with us. So.
Just such a neat, cool Janesville event, and a little something for everybody. Some new bands and some fan favorites. It's going to be an awesome season. And another awesome event this month, Thursday, June 15th, the Town Square Grand Prix returns for its fifth jaunt through our downtown. That is such a unique and cool event. But Elena, I want to say, maybe why should folks who, they're not maybe cycle race fans, but they're interested in exploring downtown shops or restaurants, why should they give the Grand Prix a try this year?
Yeah, so we're very excited to be a part of that event again. DJI's role is primarily helping kind of activate Festival Street, the town square. The race itself is going to be shifted to the west side of the river this year just because of the construction on East Milwaukee. So it's going to be kind of a different route, which is really cool. And honestly, that event, even if you're not maybe like a huge cycling fan, it's just, it creates so much energy downtown. You walk around, there's people everywhere, there's cyclists like milling about, getting ready. You know, and it's just cool to see. I mean, how fast they go. And there's, you know, different age brackets and everything. The YMCA is putting on their kids roll again, which is really fun. So if you have kids and you want to bring them down to register for that in the afternoon, that's taking place at the parking lot of the YMCA right off of Festival Street there. And so at 6:30, the kiddos can, you know, get their helmets on and their bikes, and they can do the course themselves, or at least maybe part of the course. I don't know if they do the whole thing. I'm not sure about that. But the Children's Museum will be down there as well doing bike decorating for the kids. We're going to have a DJ from 4 to 6, so a fun little DJ dance party. The bubbler, so kids can run around and splash in the water. And then we'll also have live music from 6:30 to 9 from the Proof. So they're a local band here in town, and we really want to just make it a fun party, so we'll have food trucks down there all day. So again, even if maybe you're not sticking around the whole day to watch all the races, you can come down and grab some lunch or grab a beer. We're going to have the DJI beer tent down there. All the proceeds from beer sales for all of our events typically will go back to DJI as revenue, so we appreciate the support with that. So, again, there's kind of something for everyone. So just come down and enjoy the energy and the excitement of it. Stop in at all, the shops that we've got within walking distance. Restaurants will be open, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
It really will be. And yeah, you folks at DJI do such a great job of activating Festival Street, almost to the point where it's like, that's the vision, right? We realized that vision of creating a communal space, and then you folks just make it so lively for race fans on the day of. So, and tons of great deals on shops and restaurants when it comes to that event. So we are super excited. And Elaina, it's hard to believe, but then next month, of course, is the 4th of July, and it would not be Independence Day in Janesville without some patriotic tunes. DJI is bringing back the Beloit Janesville Symphony Orchestra to the Marv for another great patriotic concert on Sunday, July 2nd. What can folks expect to hear there?
Yeah, so they will be performing from 4 till 6:30. That event is presented by JP Collins, so we're very excited for their support. Got to give them a shout out. It'll be kind of a similar setup to the Music at the Marv, so again, we'll have food trucks, we'll have our beer tent set up, kids' activities, things like that. But it's just another great opportunity that weekend to celebrate the holiday, to have something else to do in addition to all the other great things going on that weekend. So it's kind of bookended, between things that happen down at Traxler, and then our concert will also be having 4th of July Music at the Marv on that Tuesday. So it's like lots going on. But that concert in particular, we're really excited, to bring them back. They draw a big crowd for us. And again, it's just kind of a fun, free, family-friendly event to come out for and enjoy the holidays. So.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. And as you mentioned, the whole weekend bookmarked, of course, with Music at the Marv, I should say, on that Tuesday. Now, a big project in Janesville this summer, into the fall, is, of course, the state-led reconstruction of East Milwaukee Street. Elaina, that's detoured travelers just a little bit when they visit us here downtown. How has that project affected businesses and residents to what you see, and how is DJI helping make sure our downtown stays bustling during construction season?
Well, like any construction, of course, there is going to be some effects of traffic and all of that. But we really are trying to support the businesses that are on East Milwaukee and, resharing if they're, posting about deals or posting about, where to park and different things. And we've put out a map on our newsletter every month that kind of showcases where people can park in the area. Of course, there's other sort of main arteries to downtown, so Court Street, River Street, Centerway, so there's plenty of other ways to get downtown, not just from East Milwaukee. So we want to just make sure that people are aware of that and that we are kind of keeping that on the forefront for them. The Business Improvement District bid is going to also be working on signage and things, just kind of pointing people to where they can go downtown to get to those businesses. So whatever we can do to help and support them, and just continue to encourage people to be downtown anytime, so and we want to make sure that those businesses stay on the forefront with that. Yeah,
and I think people who've visited during the construction can still appreciate plenty of great ways to get downtown, plenty of parking, and I always like to point out, even wherever you end up stowing the vehicle, it's almost always going to be closer to your destination than a big box parking lot. So really encourage folks to step on down.
And there's the scooters. So I mean, if you kind of park a little farther away, you can hop on a scooter and just cruise right over.
Bird get you right to the shop.
Yeah, or rent an e-bike. There's a lot of options of how to get around. So
wonderful. And thinking about DJI's resources, Elena, talking to supporting businesses, I wanted to highlight a tremendous sort of spotlight series you folks do on your website. What is that effort, and how powerful is storytelling? Because we think about personifying our community leaders downtown. What is that like?
Sure. So on our website, we have a section that is called the Business Spotlight. And essentially, it's just a place for us to highlight all of our local business owners downtown. And what's really great about it is, we will coordinate a photo shoot, essentially, that let's get some headshots of the owners. We'll have them fill out a questionnaire with some interview questions to learn more about their business. And then we put it out there on the website. On the homepage, we do have the spotlight section where it changes every month. Yeah. So one business will be featured for a month on the homepage, and then it will rotate out. So essentially, we do those annually in terms of, we'll book it all out for all these businesses for the next 10 to 12 months, basically. Right. And then we'll do kind of the next batch next year. And really, it's a way for us to not only, like you said, tell their story, maybe tell some history about these businesses, but also just put a name to a face, right? So I feel like there's a lot more support and, again, camaraderie, willingness to kind of go out of your way to support small businesses when you kind of know the person, right? Or when you're friends. And so there's a lot to be said about walking into shops or into restaurants and having a conversation at, a brick and mortar. And so I think that the Business Spotlight is just a really nice tool and resource for us to not only highlight them, but also, for the businesses, to support them, to market them a little bit. And we've had some great traffic with that, where if the business kind of reshares their profile to their social channels, it drives traffic back to the website. And so everyone, benefits from that.
Yeah, so, and it is so, the story of small business is so powerful, right? And that is one of the great benefits. So it's so cool to see DJI harnessing that and helping our local entrepreneurs, tell their story. And you can learn. I will testify. You visit that website. We'll, of course, have the URL on the screen here. But you can learn quite a lot about some folks that you think, maybe I do know that business. But, it's really illuminating to take a deep dive with the spotlight. So that is awesome. And you also have on your website an incredible directory that I wanted to highlight. If residents are looking for attractions, dining, services, how can they find that resource?
Yeah, so again, on the homepage up at the top, there is a link to the directory. And so DJI and BID, as we share that website, we help keep that updated as we go. So basically, a business can add a listing to that. And it even gives the Google Map, location exactly with address and all of that information, but it is broken down by category. So if you have somebody that's like, I really want to find a bakery, or I want to find a specific, women's clothing shop, you can look by, based on the category, which is really helpful. There's also just the search bar. So if you know of a business you want to find, but you want to just get some more information. So yes, that's a great tool for people to also use, that if they're not familiar with the area, or if they're looking for something specific and they're like, I really want to support a small business or, somebody downtown, that's where they can find a lot of that information.
Yeah, great resource. And like you said, you folks at DJI do the heavy lifting of delineating by category, subcategory, so you can really say, I want a cake, I want to support local. How do I do that? And you have the tool for it. As we get to the tail end here, Elena, I also, this good work, everything we've talked about, we return to the fact that it really takes a village, and it's volunteer-led often. Are there opportunities for volunteers with DJI for the average resident?
Absolutely, yes. So we, as I mentioned, all of the events that we have going on, we are always looking for help. So, whether that's set up, running the events, tear down, all of the things that make those events happen, is very helpful to have a great volunteer base. So we're always looking for a helping hand for that. We also, as I mentioned, with beautification efforts, sometimes we'll do work days throughout the year. So if some people really enjoy, design work or, flowers, planters, things like that, That's another area where we always could use extra hands. So, whether it's beautification efforts or events, we do have a few committees that people have served on as well to help kind of with, again, sort of that buy-in, helping maybe make some of these decisions, creating new events. So there's a lot that people can get involved with.
Yeah, and it's that, volunteerism in general at the local level, you have such a feeling of accomplishment, right? And when you volunteer with DJI, you can see the impact of your efforts. And I want to highlight that if you volunteer at an event, it's also a fun time.
I was just going to say that. I'm like, it's fun, like you get to, if you come to the Marv and you're helping us like pour beer or, just a variety of tasks, it's like you're there just having fun listening to music and visiting with people or invite the family down or friends, so it doesn't really feel like work, which is great.
It's just awesome. Encourage folks to do that. And Elena, as that does it for us here on the program today, if folks want to get in touch with DJI or yourself, where should they go?
Sure. So they could email me at info@downtownjanesville.com. Again, if they're looking for any other particular resources or information, our website is another great way to find a lot of that. We also have a newsletter. So if you wanted to stay in the know about events or things that are bid related or DJI in general, we do send that out every month, and there is a place to sign up for that on the website as well.
Awesome. Get in touch and get folks downtown because that is where it's all happening. Elena, I want to thank you for taking the time to be on the program and for all you and the tremendous folks at DJI are doing to make sure our beautiful downtown here continues to thrive. I think the community can see the incredible momentum we have right now in our center, and the city is so grateful to have partners like yourself working together to help keep us moving forward there.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. And I want to thank you, our viewers and residents, for tuning in today and for all you do to help make Janesville a community of choice to realize life's opportunities. I invite you to stay connected with the city by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, signing up for emergency notifications from the JPD via the Nixle app, and registering to receive our weekly city press releases by visiting www.janesville.wi.gov/email lists. For Park Place Views in the city of Janesville, I'm Nick Faust. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next month.